Hey everybody, and welcome back. So as you'll see in this YouTube video, I finished the blog post on this, and I wanted to attach a YouTube video as well because I'm a visual learner, and I know a lot of you are probably visual learners as well, and I just wanted to kind of bring to life what I'm typing out in the blog to show you a close-up on some inspiration, some ideas if you get caught up with, you know, a text not being enough and a couple photos not being enough. So I saw this from Erin, Cotton Stem blogger. She's amazing. Everything she does, I just want her house. I just want to live in her house. She's got beautiful kids and they're just a sweet family, and she does amazing work. So I got my inspiration from her and wanted to recreate this on a space in my house that I needed to fill. You'll see the start, I'm a little apprehensive about this, and it's a lot of tacking and it'd be a lot of filling and repainting. But I am so happy with the way it turned out, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I will see you next time. Okay, so before my camera dies, I wanted to document this a little bit. I want to hang that in the center. I want to do this like book wall that I saw. And yeah, I got that sign at Hobby Lobby. It was 40% off, so I think that was $40. It's really big. I wanted to have a central focal point, and then things coming, like the books coming out from it. And then I went to Goodwill and found a ton of books for like 49 cents. Highly recommend, because you really want the books to almost look textured, to look aged. So put this around. So I don't really know how this is going to work, but if it does work, I'll put this up and maybe inspire you to do it too. I just saw some really cool ways of like changing it up through the seasons and just filling that wall with something. I think it'd be really cool too if you were big into like music, doing like musical sheets, and just kind of customizing it to you and your family. So I just thought that it would be good too. I'm gonna have some like some really cool, just old vintage books, some scripture, some things like that. So I just kind of wanted it to be that for us, and I hope it looks good. I really do, because this wall needs something. So let's see how this works. Oh, and I'm watching Dracula. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, I'll check in a little bit. This is my new favorite trick that Eli has done for me. Eli, what do you do for me every morning?
Cook.
No, you make my coffee.
Make your coffee.
Yeah. And why do you make my coffee?
And you know how to make it.
Because it makes me happy?
Yes.
Thank you. You're so sweet. Thanks, buddy. Dude, out of my dress, man. What is that? A Spider-Man shirt? Okay, so I just finished the blog post on this, and I wanted to do a video too, so it visually, I'm a visual learner, so I said, he's up my dress. Stop it. I wanted to also make a video to put on the YouTube channel to attach to the blog post to show you as well, because sometimes it's better to explain like with visual than it is just in text. So I completed the wall, which I am super happy with it. I wanted to show you what I'm talking about in the blog post. So this is kind of a breakdown of what I'm explaining. So you want to, like I said, I had this wall for Christmas. We had our tree there. It didn't need to have any space. We had this place decked out in Christmas decorations because we moved in a month before. So this is all taken up, and now that everything is down, it was so bare and empty. So this is the perfect wall that I wanted to do this with. It's the right space. Honey, why are you putting your helmet on right now? It's too small. Small. Here you go. He wants to walk around with his helmet right now. There you go. Good job, bud. Okay. Anyway, crisis. Okay, so I picked the wall that I wanted, right? So what you want to do is, I mean, it would look good without it, but I think it looks great with a centerpiece. So you want to pick what that centerpiece is. Eli, can you please let him outside, please? Just open the door so he can be on the patio.
I'm going to go put it.
Yes, that sounds good. Go ride your scooters. Go on. Eli will help you, buddy. There you go, bud. Thank you, big brother. So I found this. You could put a portrait of your family. You could put like a basket, like one of those flat baskets that they're that are really, really cool there. You could put honestly anything that you want to be a focal point. The reason I like a centerpiece is because it's cool when the books are coming out of it, and it covers some space and makes it look like it has more of a flow. To each their own. Another thing is with the books, I went to Goodwill and I found a ton of books. Hardcover was like $1.49. Paperback was $1, and then children's books were 49 cents. You cannot beat that. And most of them are aged, and that's what I wanted. I wanted pages that were stained, vintage looking, not white and fresh. So I found some really amazing books. I found books that have a lot of Florida in them, there's some scripture, some poems, some like things that are close to my family, and I wanted when my family kind of looked at what was in the text or whatever, like they saw certain dates and chapters and things that mean a lot to us in the wall. And I love the saying that was put on this picture. So this is what I went with for my family. Again, if you love music, if you love anything, like tailor this to you. If you love Disney, I mean, you can have a Walt Disney quote right there, and you could have the coolest Disney wall of old books. I found some really old Disney books. I didn't want to rip them up because they're probably gonna be worth a lot of money, and I found like the old classics. Let me show you. Hang on. I found like 4 of these different ones there, the old Disney books that I had growing up at Goodwill for 49 cents. And I mean, you could put this in a children's room with the books open. Oopsies, just dropped it. With the books open in a children's room like that, I mean, how precious is that? You could do Disney, you could do music, anything. So yeah, and then what you're going to do is to start, not just one book, I'm just giving this as an example, transparent tape, finishing nails about I like these size for tacking in the big book covers and pages. And then I loved these guys. These were in my little pack that I have here, but these are the gold. I love that it was gold because I try to do a lot of gold accents in the house. So I used these gold finishing nails, and this helped perfect for tacking in the pages. And I love these. So I recommend getting those, and then a hammer, obviously. So what you want to do is rip out your pages from your book. You know, make sure you kind of like look over, you know, I ripped that page out, for example, and you want to start tacking it onto the wall, and that's when I use these tiny gold tacks. Yes, Elijah. In just a second we can swing. Mommy needs to put a bra on. I know.
You're not going to.
Okay, well I need to, so don't go to the swing yet. Okay, so you can also use silver too, whatever works for you, but I loved the gold, guys. So you're going to then take your tack and your hammer, and you're going to come over here and literally start from the center, like start coming out of the center of this. You're just going to tack pages into the wall. I highly recommend taking your book. Okay, so I had multiple books, right? As you can see, I ripped up some of these pages. What you want to start with doing, you want to start first by ripping out some single pages. So I went through all my books that I had, and I bought, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I think about 14 to 20 books. I've had to start and stop this so many times, so I hope this editing is okay. I'm so sorry, you guys. Then what I did was I tacked. Yes, I can, Eli, one sec. I tacked them in here. So what I would do is, see, these are individual pages just tacked in, and see the different colors and textures and like the rips. You want things to look imperfect. So then what I would do too is I would take 3 pages out of a book, and I would kind of fan them out and then tack them in the center where that's holding there. Then I would layer pages too where things would come out of the books, and then I would tack the book onto the wall. And this is where you use the transparent tape to kind of move the pages and then tape them into place. You can see it right now with the light shining on it, but when you're back, you cannot see it. And then you just want to layer like this. And I loved this book cover. I thought it was so pretty. In real life, it's like, without the camera, it's like more of like a mustardy with like pink. So I just taped it. I hammered it into the wall and then I taped it shut because I wanted to see, I had a lot of open books, but I also loved that color and I loved the binding. And I don't know, I just was going with it. There is no perfect way of doing this, which is what I love. And it really just shows the person that's making it, and that's what I really like too. So I'm coming down here, and I didn't tape these guys back. I kind of liked that it was open like that. And then I added a little bit of color from a poem book, and then the book. And again, I wanted it coming off the molding, so I have it coming off the door like that. And it just adds this whimsy. Again, coming over here, open book. Open book, and then this one is where I wanted some texture, and I love the pages on this one. They're like ripped and really cool. So I wanted to loop them in like that, and I just looped it like that, folding up the book, and it really just adds texture. And I wanted to add, I needed another little book for down here, but I ran out of little books. I used them all over there. So what I did was I ripped a chunk out of a book and then folded it and made it look like it was a binding from a small book. And then I just continued up throughout and up behind the curtain because I really didn't want things to look like they started and stopped from a certain point. And then this could be done by itself with nothing underneath it, but I had an extra bench. So our table in our kitchen, we have 2 benches and 2 chairs, but when people aren't here, our little breakfast nook is like a weird size. So, one second. He's using the blower to blow his face right now. That's where we're at right now. Anyway, our breakfast nook is kind of tiny, so when people aren't here, I use one bench somewhere else, and then I have the chairs on the side, sorry for the mess, chairs on that side and a bench on that side, and then this is kind of what I'm using it right now. So when people come, I can take that and move it back and yada yada. But for the most part, this is how it's going to stay. I have a bench, 2 pillows, I have the remaining books underneath, a blanket, a footstool. That's just the way I kind of staged it right now. You could add a plant with here. Okay, so I have the books underneath there. I have that footstool over there. Again, you could totally put a plant there, which I would love to do. I think I'll put a plant there and kind of move this around. This is just the way I staged it for now. And so, yeah, you guys, like that's it. And it's a super affordable project to do, especially of this size. Oh my heavens. Everybody on here has heard you cry the entire time. Why are you crying? Okay, you don't know? That's a good reason. Anyway, I hope this explains your question, explains everything, how to do it, where to find the materials, and all the things. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. And if you recreate this, please tag me on Instagram so I can reshare it or share this post. It means so much to me when you guys share things. Thank you, Eli. He just blew the leaves off the patio for me. So precious. And yeah, so that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed. Any comments you have or questions, leave them below and I'd be happy to answer them. See you next time, guys.